Hello, guys. This is Life Issue. This is Blessing. Thank you so much for coming to my evening broadcast. Now, I normally do this video when there is a hot news or a news that I really want to talk about. And today I woke up this morning and I was so sad. I mean, it is one of those days that you woke up and you don't know what to expect. And normally when I wake up on a Saturday morning, which is normally late, I woke up and I went to my favorite like Arthur's wall, his Instagram. I'm going to go to his Instagram wall, and this was what I saw. So, I mean, and this was what I saw in Jimmy Foster's wall. I could not believe myself. Like when I saw this, I was like, "What? No, don't tell me that Boseman is dead." I could not believe that Chadwick Boseman was dead. I mean, for some seconds, yeah, I thought maybe it was one of those prank that Jimmy always, pulls, because I love his Instagram. He's always, making people laugh, and because of the fact that I just watched Projects, his latest movie, so I was thinking maybe he was trying to compare himself to, shut up, but I didn't know it was real. So I was really, really, really shocked when I saw it. And I had to straight ahead go to CNN. I went to Lindy KG. I went to different TMZ, news sites. I even went to my own news site to see if it's true. And I was shocked to see that my beloved, I love this guy. I love Boseman so much. Like, he's one of those authors that made me proud to be an African. I mean, I grew up, having these superheroes like, when you have the normal superheroes, when you have your normal, and what will I say now? Where are the Marvel's heroes now? Superman, Spider-Man. We never had our own black superhero. It was one of those things that were not opportune to have, okay? So when the first time I heard about Black Panther, the first time I heard about it, I was like, oh my God, finally we're getting something. And I was not disappointed. I mean, you could have seen me on the premiere day of Black Panther. I was one of those that actually I was on the forefront. I was there. I made sure I got my ticket the day it premiered, and I was in the theater watching it. And today made me wonder about life. This guy had his whole life ahead of him. I mean, he was supposed to be on the sequel, which was supposed to have been coming out 2022, but he's gone. And I'm really upset. I just can't believe he's gone. I just can't believe that death has taken him away from us. He won a lot of Grammy. His first movie was 42. That was the first time I actually, saw him as an actor. And he has always been someone that I love watching his movies. Whenever I see any movie with him there, I will definitely watch him. And he made us, the Black community, very proud that he gave us a Marvel, his superhero that we could relate to, that we could actually tell our children to dress like. And we loved him. And now he's gone. So it got me thinking, because I to be frank with you, up until this morning, I don't know what colon cancer was. There's so many things people go through and you don't even know about it. I don't even know about what it is. I can remember that during the pandemic, there was a picture of him that we saw, and he wasn't looking very well. And people were talking about it. I know I was on Lindy, because I'm always on Lindy KG, because I mean, as an aspiring, I'm aspiring to be like her. So I'm always on her news feed. I'm always commenting. I'm always trying to be interactive there. There was a picture of him that was there, and he was so slim. And people were making a lot of comments about it. And they were like, it was kind of like a joke to them. They were saying that he was on drugs and everything. But nobody knew that he was sick, or that he had an illness, or he had cancer. And I wonder how those that made so silly comments, how they are feeling now, knowing that this guy was actually passing through a lot throughout this COVID period. I'm sorry I couldn't get the picture. I could have gotten the video for me to play for you, but I couldn't get it. I know it's somewhere. Once I get it up, I'll put it on my Instagram for you guys to, to see. He actually was reaching out to people during the COVID period and talking to people. But we didn't know he was passing through a lot. That is what a Black Panther, that is a he died a Marvel hero. I mean, that is the epitome of a hero. He was in his sick bed, he was passing through pains, and he was still talking about people being safe and talking about people that were helping people during the pandemic. This is what a hero is all about. But let's even talk about this. So this video is just to educate us on something, okay? Because I don't know what this colon cancer is. Colon cancer is. So first thing I need us to do is what is this? What is this? What is colon cancer? I don't know what it is. I don't know if anybody knew what it is before this time. I didn't. So throughout this morning, when I woke up, since I woke up after my morning devotion, I've been trying to Google it so that I can make an informed video so that people will know what it is. Because it's one thing for death to take someone that we love, and then we still don't know what this is because of lack of information. I try to make my video to be research based, to be informative based, so that I can tell myself, okay, I have researched this. So let's find out what is this. So now, based on my research, now this has got to do with the, was not the colon, yeah? Yeah, so kind of like your intestines, yeah? So that is what this is. So it's a cancer that is centered, or that is in the intestine. So let me show you a picture of what it is like. So this is a normal human intestine. You have your large and small intestine, and then this is kind of like having a cancer, a growth on it. So it is really, very painful. But let's go for the definition. So a colon cancer is a type of cancer that begins in the large intestine colon, and the colon is the final part of, the colon is the final part of the digestive tract. So when you eat your food and it travels and it goes down, actually the digestive tract, that is the last place where the food is digested, yeah? And the colon cancer typically affects older adults. Now, when I saw this, I was like, but this guy is not old. Based on their definition, colon cancer is supposed to be affecting older adults, though it can happen at any age. So it's actually something that normally old people normally, have. But this guy is just 42. He's still in his prime. I mean, he's become a Marvel hero, and he is taken away from us. I am really upset, and I'm like, God, we don't need this in the Black community, with all this is happening. Then the next question is, so I know what you want. What causes it? Because, it's one thing to know, oh yeah, there is a cancer there, but we need to know, just for us to be informed, what causes colon cancer. So I had to do a little bit of research, and it said the exact cause of colorectal cancer is not known. So what actually causes it is not known, but certain risk factors. So what that means is that certain things can trigger it. And this could be diet. So when I did my research, it could be lack of eating. Maybe you're not eating the right diet, or you're not eating enough, and then it triggers it. It could be tobacco smoking or heavy alcohol use. Now, we don't know how his was triggered. We don't know, because it could actually be hereditary. So it could be something that could be passed down from one, generation to another generation. We don't know. We don't have that information yet. We don't know if his parents had it or his grandparents had it. We're still trying to, get I don't think the coroner has the forensic or people that the hospital has released his death, report for us to know how his own happened. But what the scientists are telling us based on my research is that it could be caused by diet, tobacco smoking, heavy alcohol use, or it could be hereditary. So we don't know how his was, but it's actually a high risk cancer. So the death rate is alarming, like is high risk. So now the next question I know you want to ask is, let's see, how serious can it get? I mean, for me, when I hear of cancer, sometimes we do hear of cancer and like we hear of chemo, we hear of people coming out of cancer, and it is scary. Like it is very, very scary when you see the videos and you see people, dying of cancer, getting bald head, or even passing through pains because of cancer. Now, there are also some cancer that, you will see and it's like the doctor will tell you that, okay, it's not going to lead to death. So, I mean, nobody wants a foreign growth in their body. Nobody wants to pass through any chemo or pass through any surgery. But there are some cancer that you say, okay, this is not that serious. But really, is there any cancer that is not that serious? But based on my research, what I was told or what I found out was that this colon cancer, it has different stages. So there's stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and stage 4. Now, the early stage, which is the stage 1, stage 2, if this cancer is diagnosed that early, there's a possibility of it being treated and you can survive. So it depends on how early it is diagnosed. Yeah, that is it. But once it gets to stage 4, now this is what I was told of based on my research. Now, how dangerous it is like lung cancer takes more lives each year. So when it comes to lung cancer, it takes more life. But after lung cancer, it is the colorectal cancer, which is the colon cancer, is the second leading cause of cancer deaths. So you have the lung cancer, and then you have this one. And this is in the United States. So, I mean, I'm going to use this as a statistics. If that is what's happening, I'm going to say, okay, that's kind of like all over the world because we're using it as it's, as a kind of like an area for our diagnosis. Okay. So about 1/3 of all people with colon cancer and cancer in the rectum die from the disease within 5 years of diagnosis. So this is like, so this cancer, actually, if you have it, 1/3 of people with this colon cancer dies 5 years of diagnosis. So the possibility of people surviving it is slim when you have it. And remember from the research, from what I told you before, depends on the stages. Once it gets to stage 4 and 5, the possibility of you surviving is like, let me say, 0.1%. So this cancer is really, really deadly. Now I'm going to finish up with the last one is, how deadly is it? That's the same thing I've just told you how deadly it is. And it is very, very deadly, depending on how early it was diagnosed. All right, so really the Black community, everybody is talking about this, and my heart goes to his family at this time. I mean, this is a big loss for the Black community, for us, because we've looked up to him as our hero, our children. My son is young, so my son was at that age when this Marvel hero was, created in our screen, and we all wanted to be in Wakanda. We all wanted to be part of the Wakanda movement, and I bought him some Marvel toys. He loved his Marvel toys based on, Black Panther. And we know and we hope and we believe that someone else, will, replace him. We know that, but we do love him. I'm really, really hurt. I'm like, not him. I mean, nobody wants it to be any other person anyway, but really, it's really hurting. And my heart goes out to his family. I just want to make this video for it to be an educative video for us to know what colon cancer is if you don't know anything about it, and for us to be informed about it. Somebody just dropped a comment. Yeah, this is where it is terrifying. I mean, to be frank with you, yeah, I'm gonna just, yes, it's, yes, any type of cancer is. I mean, from what I heard, he's married. I think he's newly married. I don't know if he has a child. I mean, he has a parent. He was in his prime of his career. He was a Harvard, I think he's I think not a Harvard, I think he's a Howard, yeah. I mean, Americans, you can correct me. He was a Howard graduate. He was into, I think he's in writing and production. He's educated, he's learned. He's a typical person that we want to have our children aspire to be. He's an inspiration in the Black community. He's somebody that, you could tell your child, okay, this person is a Marvel hero. He created our own Black Panther, and death has taken him away from us at this time. At this time when we're seeing our boys on the streets being killed. We're seeing our boys, being shot at this time when we needed, and that was why his voice was not heard that much, because we needed someone like him to speak, but he was passing through his own demon, and we didn't know that. May his soul rest in perfect peace. And we pray that his family, bear the loss, and that, people mourn him, because he is someone that we actually looked up to. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much. This is my only way of educating people about this colon cancer, and for us to know that it is out there. And they didn't really specify that it is Black people oriented kind of cancer. No, it's not. It's something that is there. It could happen to anybody. And he is unfortunate that, I don't know if it's hereditary or any other thing that triggered it. He had it. He's dead. And oh dear, may his soul rest in perfect peace. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Life Issues. I have an Instagram account, which is Life Issues 11. I have a Twitter account, which is Life Issue 11, and I have a YouTube account, which is Life Issues. And I also have a Facebook page, group, and page, which is also Life Issues. So try and join me, try and support me in any of my social media handles. All right, I'm going to say thank you so much for joining me this evening. God bless you. Bye-bye.